All right, what's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? All right, sweet. All right, we're here. We're live. We are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. So, yesterday, right? Yesterday's live was lit. We spoke a lot about what do you do when a consumer reporting agency does not respond to your dispute, or when it has passed 30 days and they don't respond. What do you do? It's a very important topic because, see, what I'm finding out is that a lot of the dispute that you guys send out, sometimes they're not even reading them. And when they're not reading them, and when the 30-day pass, well, what happens after 30 days, right? So we're going to get into that today again. I'm going to touch on more things, especially 15 USC 1681I. We're going to definitely touch on that. So welcome, everybody. Welcome for those of you that have not gotten your tickets to the 5-day challenge. If you're on Instagram, guys, on Monday, we're going to have a credit repair made easy 5-day challenge. We're going to be breaking down credit repair, what you need to do, what laws do you use to dispute and get negative items deleted from your credit. All right. So that's what we're going to be doing next week for 5 days. So for those of you that have not gotten your tickets yet, if you're on Instagram, if you are on Instagram, all you need to do is comment the word challenge. If you're in Instagram right now and you're hearing the sound of my voice, comment the word challenge and you will get the link. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, all you have to do is look at the screen and you will see the text number. Text the word challenge to 917-993-5238. So if you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, all you got to do is text the word challenge to 917-993-5238. For everybody else that's on Instagram, all you got to do is comment the word challenge and you will get the link to join. So we're going to go back to 15 USC 1681I and we're going to have a conversation about what do you do when the consumer reporting agencies do not respond to your dispute. What do you do, ladies and gentlemen? That's the question. What do you do when the consumer reporting agencies they do not respond to your dispute and it has been more than 30 days? What do you do? Is there anyone that can tell me the next step? You send out a round one dispute, right? You send out a round one dispute. They did not respond to you. 30 days has passed. What do you do? Talk to me, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to me. What do you do? What do you do when make lots of cash? Well, yes, the goal is to make a lot of cash, Adrian. That is for sure. But if you dispute, right, you got negative items on your credit and you dispute, and they did not respond to your dispute and it passes 30 days, what do you do? That's the question. What do you do? All right, that's the question. What do you do? So this is a thing that has plagued our communities. Consume. Let me pull up some statistics, cause some of y'all be thinking I'm on here just making noise for no reason. I'm gonna pull up some statistics right now. Y'all can go to Google. So go to Google, and we're gonna Google something right now. We're gonna Google something right now. CFPB sues Experian for not responding to consumer dispute letters. You guys can Google it. So CFPB issues report on TransUnion. All right, there's a few of them. Consumer reporting companies have an obligation to. All right. So March 29, 2024. So this was a few weeks ago. Let's read what it says. Consumer reporting companies have an obligation to correct errors. All right. Consumer reporting agencies have an obligation to correct errors, right? For not following the consumer laws in place. Vic Jordan, you're on to something. Yes. CFPB says the consumer reporting system maintains detailed profiles on millions of Americans. Companies harvest information on people's financial status and record of paying bills and provide that information to consumer reporting companies. Consumer reporting companies then sell this data to companies making employment, credit, and other decisions. We have seen companies in the system repeatedly try to find legal loopholes to avoid meeting basic requirements designed to ensure the accuracy of the information. Over the last few years, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has taken several steps to beat back dubious claims from industry participants that they do not have to follow the law requirements. These include companies arguing that they do not have to investigate when consumers dispute mistakes in their credit reports. If the company characterizes the dispute as legal in nature, and companies that provide data to consumer reporting companies arguing that they can tell the consumer reporting companies to keep providing disputed information that can't be verified. So, guys, as you can see, I'm not just on here making noise. It is a nationwide pandemic, right? These corporations do not care if your information is accurate or not. They don't care. They don't, right? So, Congress passed the Fair Credit Reporting Act more than 50 years ago in response to concerns about consumer reporting companies. The CFPB is the primary enforcer of this law. We are committed to protecting people from companies in the consumer reporting system that break the law. For that reason, the CFPB and the Federal Trade Commission, which also enforces the FCRA, filed an amicus brief today in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the 11th Circuit, addressing yet another erroneous argument from a company in the consumer reporting system. The FCRA requires consumer reporting companies to investigate when someone notifies the company that the information reporting is inaccurate or incomplete. The CFPB and FTC found that one consumer reporting company, Experian Information Solution, has argued in court that this requirement doesn't apply to personal identifying information like someone's name, address, or social security number. That's obviously not right. We have filed an amicus brief to help ensure people can hold consumer reporting companies accountable when they violate the law in this manner. So, as I have said, ladies and gentlemen, the Fair Credit Reporting Act and the consumer laws were created for your benefit, for you to hold these corporations accountable for their erroneous and misinformation that they continuously furnish regarding your character, your life, your reputation. This is the reason why you have been denied for credit. This is the reason why you have paid so much in interest rate. This is the reason why you can't get approved for a home. Because of misinformation, inaccurate information, incomplete information, unverifiable information, outdated information on your consumer report. CFPB comes back verified. CFPB comes back verified based on what you ask them. So a lot of you, ladies and gentlemen, you don't know how to correctly dispute, and that is one of the problems. Your articulation of the dispute doesn't make sense, or you are making a bunch of assumptions and you have no proof to substantiate what you're saying. These are some of the reasons why your complaint will come back verified, because there's not enough context, there's not enough substance in your dispute, and your disputes factually don't make no sense. So, like I asked you guys when I just started, what do you do when you dispute a inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable item on your credit, and the consumer reporting agency does not respond to your dispute, and it has been more than 30 days? What do you do? Isn't the burden of proof on them? Yes, the burden of proof is on them. But if you do not know what you are asking for, you will get stall letters and you will become frustrated. The burden of proof is on them. How do you enforce the burden of proof? So that now becomes a question. How do you enforce the burden of proof? We know that the burden of proof is on the consumer reporting agency. That is a fact. How do you enforce this burden of proof? Guys, you can hop on the live and let me know. How do you enforce this burden of proof? How? Somebody talk to me. I'm frustrated. I've been part of the university for 2 years and have little positive response. So let's talk about the positive response. The articulation and your following up. So what is happening? So that's the thing. So you must enforce the consumer law rights. What does that mean? You send out a dispute letter. What is in your dispute letter? What are you sending out? Let's get to the context of what you're sending out, right? You send something out and they rebut. That's the next thing. Okay, when they rebut your dispute, when they rebut what you're saying, how do you respond to that? Right? And if you send out 3 dispute letters and they are still playing cat and mouse game, well, your next step is to go file a lawsuit, whether you're going to small claims or civil. So how do you stack? How do you stack the burden of proof, or how do you stack your exhibits in your favor? Well, it all comes back to your dispute. It all comes back to your dispute. So whether you, so put it this way, you go to a car dealership, right? You go to a car dealership and you go buy a car. The car drives, but how the car is driven is dependent on the driver, right? The car is dependent on the driver. So it's not that the car doesn't work, it's the person driving the car. Are you showing up to coaching calls? Are you showing up to coaching calls? Are you asking questions? Are you showing up to the calls and doing what you're supposed to do? Because there's people that are brand new in the university that's skilled in it. So hearing that, okay, you're having little to no result, my next question is, how often do you even come to the coaching calls? The coaching calls are every Monday, bi-weekly Sundays, and we have challenge week. So these are the questions that you got to answer. So when we're talking about disputes, all right, we're talking about 15 USC 1681I, right? How do you use 15 USC 1681I to set yourself up for a checkmate? How do you use 1681I to set yourself up for a checkmate. See, I need to get back in it. That's the point. See, that's the point that I'm getting at. So when you're away from the campfire, it's hard for you to keep warm if you're not at the campfire. That's the point that I'm getting at, because the coaching calls are designed to give you that one-on-one, to give you that experience, to give you that coaching that you need to take your dispute to the next level. So let's talk about 15 USC 1681I. You send out a round one dispute letter. So guys, I want you to think now. You send out a round one dispute letter, right? We send out a round one dispute letter. Okay. What happens after you send out a round one dispute letter? Well, depending on what is in your dispute letter will kind of prompt the response from the entity that you sent it to. What does that mean? Not all dispute letters are created equal. They're not. And this is just the fact of the situation. And a lot of you think that, oh, I can just go on ChatGPT and have ChatGPT make me a dispute letter. Yeah, you could do that, but it's not going to work. 9 times out of 10, it's not going to work without modifications, right? You send the same threatening letters they sent to take them to court for not taking negative items off, which said report is going to consumer law and they're not compliant to. Okay. So Vic, let me break down what you just said a little bit. When you send a dispute letter, it's not about sending a threatening letter. It's sending a dispute letter that has substance, and that you can use as proof of your consumer law or your rights being violated. Let me give you an example. Let's talk about a situation with a late payment, right? Let's use a late payment as an example. So you send out a round one late payment letter. Okay, boom. You got late payment. Over 42 million Americans within the last 6 months have late payments. So let me just give you all that statistics right there. So you send out a dispute letter, and this dispute letter now is for an alleged late payment. Okay. What are we saying about the late payment? 1, are we saying that I was never late? 2, are we saying that the account was paid as agreed and I don't know how this late payment got there? Or number 3, are we asking, or not even asking, are we demanding a dispute of the account based on the fact that the late payment that they are furnishing is inaccurate due to the fact that 15 USC 1666B and its requirements were not done? So A, somebody's going to say, oh, I was never late. B, somebody was going to say, oh, I paid the account. Or C, does the reporting of this account as late is in compliance with 15 USC 1666B, right? So, all right, Vic, you said C. C is the correct answer. So you see the difference. There's difference in the, like we're all saying the same thing, but how you say it makes the difference. Because you'll have a bunch of people sending out late payment letters saying, oh, I'm sorry I was late. I will never do it again. My cat died and I had to do this. And you see the way my check-in is set up is that the money from the check-in didn't go to the saving. And before you know it, I didn't get a payment out. I changed my credit card. Like, guys, it's blah, blah. You do not need to beg anyone for anything. There are consumer laws put in place to protect you. So how do we address a late payment? Well, I'm glad you asked. So if we're going to address a late payment, right? 42 million Americans have a late payment. If we're going to address a late payment, we are going to go directly to 1, the creditor, and 2, the consumer reporting agency at the same time. That's what we're doing. We're going to them at the same time. Okay, how do we do that, Daraine? You're going to have 4 dispute letters. 1 to the creditor and 1 to each consumer reporting agency that is furnishing the alleged late payment. So your round 1 late payment letter will be like this. So here's 2 scenarios, right? I'm going to give you a goodwill letter scenario, and then I'm going to give you a consumer law scenario. And you tell me which one would make a lot more sense. All right, so goodwill letter, right? Good day, XYZ Bank. I am writing you today to let you know that I have a late payment with your company. On this date, I was late and I admit it. I've been a valued customer of yours for 3 years, and I am very sorry that I was late. My dog died and I had to go get a cat. The cat went up into the tree. I couldn't climb the tree, so I had to call the fire department to get the cat. And when I got the cat came home, jumped out the 20-story window, died, and I was heartbroken. I had to do funeral arrangements for the dog and the cat. And because of that, I was late. I am truly sorry. I've been a valued customer of yours for the last 10 years. I've always made my payments on time, and this will never happen again. Could you give me a goodwill adjustment and remove the late payment? Yours sincerely, happy customer, Daraine Delevante. That's a goodwill letter, right? A goodwill letter will take something of that nature, yes? Is that how some of these good is that how some of these goodwill letters are written? Like yo, am I onto am I onto something or not? Yo, y'all need to talk to me. Right? Is this how these people be writing these goodwill letters? Right? Is it is it how they be writing these goodwill letters? Okay, now let's go to a consumer law dispute late payment letter, right? Let's go to a consumer law dispute late payment letter. So late payment letter sent to Experian. So let's do a consumer law late payment letter. All right, so we just did a goodwill letter. We're gonna go to a consumer law late payment letter now. All right. All right, so I have received a copy of my consumer report, and I noticed that you have furnished transactions as late on my consumer report. See, a creditor can only treat a payment as late when they meet all the requirements of 15 USC 1666B. 15 USC 1666B, timing of payments. A creditor may not treat a payment on an open-end credit a payment on a credit card account under an open-end consumer credit plan as late for any purpose unless the creditor has adopted reasonable procedures designed to ensure that each periodic statement, including information required by Section 1637B of this title, is mailed or delivered to the consumer not later than 21 days before the payment due date. The account that you, TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian, you're going to list those accounts, are furnishing as late is inaccurate. I dispute these accounts in its entirety due to the fact you are reporting inaccurate and incomplete information, and you must delete these transactions listed as late immediately. Okay, so that is a round one late payment letter, right? That is a round one late payment letter. So what would you send out? Which letter would you send out? Would you send out the goodwill letter, A, or B, the consumer law late payment letter? Which one would you send out? Which one sounded more assertive? Come on, somebody, talk to me. A or B? Okay, I'm seeing a lot of people saying B. Okay, B is the correct answer. Guys, we're not in the business of begging no one for anything. We're not. Consumer laws are laws put in place. Consumer laws are laws put in place to protect you. Who does the consumer law protect, ladies and gentlemen? Who does the consumer law protect? Who? Do they protect the creditors or do they protect the consumer? Who does the consumer law protect? Somebody talk to me. Yep, the consumer. Yes, you guys are correct. It protects the consumer. So why not use the language of the law that was made to protect you? Why not use it? Use the laws put in place to protect you. And guess what? If they violate your consumer rights, ladies and gentlemen, take them to court. Take them to court. If they are repeatedly violating the law, take them to court. It's that simple. So you send out a round one, round two, round three. Okay, cool. They did not respond, or they stalled you. They gave you stall letters. What do? Sue them. Sue them and get a bag. Like, this isn't rocket science anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The same way these corporations deal with us is the same way we should deal with them. There is no exception. And some of you are going to say, oh, I'm scared, Daraine. I don't know. Well, go to the small claims court and go talk to the clerk. Tell the clerk, hey, I want to file a case. I want to go pro se. I want to represent myself. What do I need to do? This is my first time. Go learn something. You cannot be shy about your own future, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot be shy about your own future. It requires you coming out of your comfort zone. It is what it is. You need to come out of your comfort zone. Get out of your comfort zone. Guess what? You know what's crazy? You are the person that's holding yourself back. Did you know that? You are. Because everybody wants a quick fix. And that's the thing. Everybody wants a quick fix. No one wants to work for anything anymore. And if I'm lying, tell me I'm lying. Call me Pinocchio. If I'm over here lying, you call me Pinocchio. Nobody wants to do the work anymore. Everybody wants a quick fix. Well, that's not how it works. To whom much is given, much is also required. And for those of you that are willing to learn and execute on your consumer laws, you will notice that you will be the one with the 750 credit score, the 800 credit score. You're the ones getting approved for cars, approved for homes, approved for anything, because you are willing to put in the work. A lot of you want quick fixes. Oh, I spent 20 years wrecking my credit, but I need somebody to fix it overnight. It don't work like that. It does not. And when I say, hey, I'm having a 5-day challenge next week, right? My 5-day challenge starts on Monday. And I'm saying, how many people on here got tickets? And if you didn't get your tickets, this is how you get your ticket. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. You have the link inside of your DM. So comment the word challenge. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, all you have to do is send me a text message, right? Send me a text message to 917-993-5238. Send me a text message, or you could click the link that I'm about to drop right now. So send me a text message, text the word challenge to 917-993-5238. And then I'm going to ask, how many people are going to be on the challenge? Nobody's going to come. And then guess what? Next week, I'm on live. Daraine, I had the same issue. But did you make any steps towards fixing your credit? Did you come to the 5-day challenge to learn something? Did you get the strategies? We're getting late payments deleted in 1 to 4 hours. We're getting inquiries deleted in 24 to 48 hours. We're getting collections deleted over the phone. We even got bankruptcies deleted over the phone. And you're telling me, ladies and gentlemen, that it is for $97 for you to come to the 5-day challenge, even if you don't even get the brain picker ticket, but show up. I'm gonna tell you all a story that one of my mentors taught me. A farmer was walking in his cornfield one day and he found an egg, right? And he took the egg without knowing that the egg belonged to an eagle. And he took the egg and he brought it to his farm, and then he put it with some chicken eggs, right? So the mama chicken was nursing the eggs, incubate the eggs, and they started hatching, right? And before you know it, there's little chickens running all around. Now, there was a difference. There was one chicken that was not like the others because that egg was an eagle's egg. The farmer found it, brought it back to the nest, gave mama chicken. Mama chicken incubated it. It got hatched with the rest of the eggs, and the eagle ran around his whole life thinking it's a damn chicken. The king of the birds, the eagle, ran around with chickens thinking that it's a chicken. And one day, little baby eagle was out walking with all his little so-called chicken brothers, and he saw an eagle flew by, and he said, wow, who is that? And Papa Chicken said, well, that's the king of the birds. That's called the eagle. He flies so high that there's absolutely none in comparison to this bird. We are chickens. We are of the land. That bird, the king of birds, the eagle, is of the sky, right? And this chicken grew up its whole life. This little baby eagle grew up its whole life believing that it's a chicken, not knowing its full potential is that it's an eagle and it's the king of birds. What am I saying right here? The people that you are hanging around, you've been hanging around these people for the last 5 to 10 years. Misery loves company, right? Misery loves company. It likes company. And you've been hanging around people with bad credit. You've been hanging around broke people. You've been hanging around people that is still in the same position they were last year, the year before, and the year before that. And they are still stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. And you are still hanging out with those people. Can you imagine if that little eagle had said, you know what? Let me go and try and be off the sky. Let me try. Let me go and spread my wings right then and there. Ladies and gentlemen, if that little eagle had challenged the norm of what society prescribed for it, it would have recognized real quick, I am not a damn chicken. I am not off the land. I am off the sky. And because you never stretched your limit, you always want to be comfortable. You find it so hard to be in an uncomfortable position where you have to perform. You refuse to stretch your mind beyond its capacity because you are scared of what you might become. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta make it, or we gotta make it. Mediocre and comfortability is not your destiny. It is not. And the sooner you realize that there is more for you, you will start to spread your wings. And as you spread your wings, the wind will pick you up. It will pick you up. Sometimes you're going to fall. Get back up. When life knocks you down, if you can look up, you can get up, because your current situation does not define your reality. And I'm talking to somebody here today who you've had negative items on your credit. You've had bad credit for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 years. But not because you struggle with bad credit, it means that bad credit is your future. It is not your future. Your future is what you decided to be. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What words are you planting in the mind, in your mind? What fruits do you want to grow? We can have abundance. We can all have abundance, or we could settle with mediocrity, living a life just over broke, doing just enough not to get fired, and being just paid enough not to quit. There's 333 million people in America. 333 million. 165 million of these people have inaccuracies or negative items on their credit. Every 1 in 4 black and brown people have negative items on their credit. Every 1 in 19 Caucasian have negative items on their credit. Can you imagine those statistics? For every 5 black person you see, 1 to 4 of them got bad credit. For every 5 black person you see, and every 19 white person that you see, let me put it in context, 1 of them got bad credit. These are statistics. I'm not making these numbers up. These are the numbers that are shown. So what am I saying? Guys, why are we so content? Why are we so content with having bad credit? Oh, I tried fixing my credit. Somebody scammed me. Okay, get over it. You're not the only person in the world that has been scammed. You're not. If we're going to sit down and play the victim card, then guess what? We will forever be a victim. Get up. Somebody didn't fix your credit. Guess what? Fix it yourself. Fix your own credit. There is nothing wrong with fixing your own credit. If you trusted someone to do it for you and they didn't do a good job, guess what? It's on you now. It is on you. Who is it on? It's on me. Somebody says it's on me. Point to yourself. It's on me. Let me hear it, somebody. Somebody say it's on me. I want to hear somebody say it. It's on me. It's my credit. It is my responsibility. My credit, my responsibility. I'm sorry to say, not everybody is honest. They're not. Not everybody is true to their word. They're not. It's on me. It's on me. It's my credit, my responsibility. There is nothing wrong. Do not get this, what I'm saying, twisted. There's nothing wrong with hiring a professional to repair your credit. There's nothing wrong with it. But you know what? I don't trust nobody the way I trust myself. I believe in me so much that I know I can do all things. And when I learn this information, I can now pass this information on in my household, a part of the generational wealth information that I'll be passing on. Financial literacy should take place in the home. But guess what? Our fathers and our moms were miseducated about credit intentionally. We were miseducated, misguided about credit. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, because of that situation, we did not know what to teach our kids. So when the bills came, we told the kids, this has nothing to do with you. Let mommy and daddy handle the bills. It's none of your concern. You know what? I'm going to put the cable bill in Johnny's name. I'm going to put the light bill in Keisha's name. I'm going to put the cable bill in Jerome's name. I'm going to put the utility in another name. And we do we pass on bad credit habits to our kids. And then later on in life, when the kid is about to get their home or get their car, now they're finding out that, hey, mommy had the Verizon bill in my name. Dad had the cable bill in my name, right? My uncle put the utility bills in my name. And now you're stuck at a dealership. You have a job coming up, or you're moving away to college, or you just got married. You can't get a home because there are items on your credit that does not belong to you that you didn't know that is there. Family members taking out cars in your name. How are you 10 years old with a repossession? How? How are you 10 years old with a repossession on your credit? How are you 2 years old with an eviction? How? How? How are you 2 years old with an eviction on your credit? How are you 10 years old with a Verizon cable bill on your credit? How? So because our parents and foreparents were miseducated about credit, those bad credit habits were passed on to us. What do? Now that we know better, what do? We need to break the cycle. We have to break the cycle. And you must surround yourself with people that have the information that you need so you can also be great. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be scared to spend on yourself. Do not be scared to invest in yourself. This is an investment in your education, your own education. It's your credit. It's on me. It's on me. It's my credit. So when you hear me say, yo, y'all need to be on the challenge on Monday, I'm not just saying it for my health. I need my people educated. Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed because of a lack of information. It is written in the Bible. My people are destroyed because of a lack of information. And when my people have gotten the information, they reject the knowledge. Why do you reject the knowledge that will set you financially free? Why? Why are we so loyal to ineffectiveness? Why are we constantly rejecting the knowledge that's going to set us financially free? See, if my people are destroyed because of a lack of information, hey, yeah, what's up? If my people are destroyed because of a lack of information, then wouldn't the opposite be true? If my people are educated, if my people become educated on credit, business, and finance, ladies and gentlemen, wouldn't that put us now ahead of the 8 ball? Think about it. If we start getting frequent information and frequent education on credit, how to repair, rebuild, restore your own credit, delete negative items, structure your profile right, go get funding, learning how to start a business, learning how to operate as a business, putting people on payroll, learning taxes. If we started learning these things, don't you think that would put us ahead, not only for ourselves, but for preparing the next generation as to what they need to equip them for the future? I need help ASAP. Can anyone help me, please? I'm lost and not sure which route to take. Please reach out. Well, that statement is not really. It doesn't have much context. You're lost where? We're talking about credit. Are you lost with the information? You want to know how to repair your credit? Like, that's very vague. Lynette, give me some more context. Give me some context. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I need to know where to look. Look for what? What are we looking for? Talk to me, Lynette. What are we looking for? How do I get the bi-weekly calls in the plan? I have started access, but I'm not sure how. The Facebook group. So, Cali Princess. The Facebook group. So, the software Facebook group, there is a Zoom link, and we do bi-weekly Zoom calls where we discuss dispute strategies with the software and how to use the software to enhance your disputes, what type of letters you should use, stuff like that. So inside of your in the side of the Facebook group, you will see the Zoom link for the bi-weekly calls. Check your emails and check the Facebook group. I need to know where to look. All right, Lynette, I need more context. So for everyone on here right now, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be on this 5-day challenge on Monday. Why? Because if your credit starts with a 3, 4, 5, 6 or low 7s, you need to be on the challenge. If you are looking to learn how to start your own credit repair business, you need to be on the challenge. Do you have phone consultations? Yeah. My team does the consultations. I do the coaching calls. So when you join the university, on Mondays, we do coaching calls every Monday. You will be able to get one-on-one done. I'm able to answer all your questions, give you strategies, stuff like that. I need to repair and clean my credit to run and enhance my current business. That's what I'm talking about. So, community table catering. Comment the word challenge in the chat. Comment the word challenge. For those of you that wants to be on the 5-day challenge with me, comment the word challenge. It will be a life-changing experience. You will find out that you have the capabilities to do so much. The only thing that was missing was you not being in the right company, you not being in the right mentorship, you not being in the right rooms. But I promise you this, you will not leave my 5-day challenge the same way you came there. Why can't I get credit card with a 700 credit score? So a credit score doesn't really mean anything if your profile does not support the credit score. What does that mean? You can have a 700 or an 800 credit score and still have a thin profile. A thin profile means you barely have any primary trade lines for yourself. Your profile is more of a authorized user trade lines, meaning that you're piggybacking off other people's credit as an authorized user, and you are a 700 or an 800, but with a thin profile. What you need to have is volume on your own personal profile, meaning you need your own primaries, whether they are pledged loans, secure credit cards, a auto loan, a personal loan. You need your own primary trade lines, because what your own primary trade lines do, your own primary trade lines demonstrates and show the banks that you have been responsible. And when they are using FICO 10T, which is the trended data credit scoring model, and they look back on the last 2 years, they look back on the last 3 years, they're able to see what have your spending habits been like. Are you paying your bills on time? Are you constantly maxing out your credit cards? Are those credit cards being paid on time? What type of balances have been carried? Like, these are the things that they are looking at. So if you don't have the data to support the profile, it doesn't matter if you have a 700 or an 800, you will still get denied. Can you help me, please? I watch you day and night on YouTube. You're amazing. Thank you very much, Classy J. Classy, comment the word challenge. I have a 5-day challenge coming up on Monday, and you can definitely be a part of it. Can you comment the word challenge? You will get a link in your DM. Comment the word challenge, and you will be able to join the 5-day challenge on Monday, and we'll get it in. Get the brain picker ticket, and that gives you an opportunity to ask me question live in a intimate setting, where I will give you strategies, answers, tactics on whatever you ask, basically. What's the best place to go to get these loans? Navy Federal is good. Credit unions are very good. When we're talking about pledge loans or secured loans, credit unions, your local credit unions are normally a good place to start. They're in the community and they're there to help. So I would start with credit unions. Credit unions are really, really good. Thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much, Classy. I love you too. I love the fact that you're here. I love the fact that you're willing to learn. I love the fact that you are coachable. So I can't wait to meet you on Monday, right? Get the brain picker ticket. I can't wait to meet you on Monday, and you can ask me whatever you want to ask me live, and I will give you my best answer. You are an inspiration to all, truly. I've heard you in my mentorship, and you always give the best. Thank you very much, Solomon. I really appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so much. All right, cool, great. Thank you much. All right, what's the best place to go to get the loans? All right, so we are all caught up. All right, I want to read something else for you, ladies and gentlemen. I want to read something else because I'm going to go in a few, but I want to read something else for you. All right, let's go back to the CFPB, right? In the case, a consumer filed 3 disputes in a row. Now, guys, I want you to pay attention to what the CFPB is saying, right? I'm reading an article from the CFPB website. I'm here to show you guys that these consumer reporting agencies ain't shit. They're not. And you think that they have your best interest in heart. They don't. I'm going to show you. I'm going to read, and you guys are going to see. This is coming from the CFPB. In the case, a consumer filed 3 disputes in a row. with Experian, identifying several errors in her file. Specifically, the file identified her by her maiden name, which was misspelled, included at least one address that was not hers, and had a wrong social security number. Every time that she complained, Experian responded by telling her to contact the source of the inaccurate information without even identifying what those sources were. After giving Experian 3 chances to actually do what the law requires, she sued. The court rejected Experian's argument that the law does not apply to personal identifying information in the question, though it also found Experian should not be held liable because the law wasn't clear enough. The decision is now on appeal. As the CFPB and FTC amicus brief explains, the court correctly recognized that Experian was required to investigate the consumer's disputes here. The law is clear. Consumer reporting companies must investigate information that a person says is incorrect or incomplete in their file. And the FCRA is full of examples showing that this includes personal identifying information. Also, Experian's violation of the law was flagrant, and it should be held accountable. People deserve better from businesses that provide, compile, and sell sensitive data than these companies attempt to avoid meeting their responsibility. So the case is Nelson versus Experian, and this is a case law, ladies and gentlemen, where if the accuracy of the information that, how do I want to put this? If the accuracy of the information being furnished is questioned or disputed by a consumer to the consumer reporting agency that is furnishing the information, the consumer reporting agency have an obligation by law, by FCRA, they have an obligation by law to investigate the matter. If the consumer reporting agency deflects and says to the consumer, go take this up with the source, and they didn't even provide the source. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 dispute letters, we should be starting the lawsuit process. That's it. 3 disputes max. 3 disputes, then a lawsuit. We are not sending out any round 4 letters. 3 disputes, then a lawsuit. That is it. This is the standard. 3 dispute letters, then a lawsuit. That's it. 3 dispute letters, then a lawsuit. Right? The CFPB, right here on their website, is telling us that there is a case law to support it. Right? The case law is Nelson versus Experian Solution. So when we're talking about furnishing of inaccurate information, all right, let me ask you guys another question. Have you guys ever disputed personal information, right? Have you ever disputed personal information and the consumer reporting agency is going to tell you that, oh, they can't do nothing about the personal information. You have to go and contact the creditor. Has anybody ever heard that when you dispute before? Has anyone ever heard that? They're saying that they cannot do nothing about the dispute of the personal information, that you should contact the creditor regarding that information. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is a lie. And this case law right here that I just read, Nelson versus Experian Information Solution, supports the fact that 1, they must do an investigation. 2, if there are errors on the consumer report, they're supposed to fix it. And 3, if you dispute this item 3 times and they did not do anything regarding the dispute, you have the right to sue them. And the case law that supports your action is Nelson versus Experian Information Solutions, Inc., number 24-10147, and that is at the 11th Circuit Court. The law is on your side, ladies and gentlemen. The law is on your side. So LexisNexis and Innovis, yes. LexisNexis and Innovis as well. TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, LexisNexis, Innovis, SageStream, ARS, Check Systems, all these consumer reporting agencies get treated the same. 3 rounds max, then a lawsuit. If they are not compliant on the 3rd round, then you should start your lawsuit. And the 3rd round, the strategy that I teach, ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd round puts them in a time frame of 15 days. So your round 3 letter, it should be a round 3 15-day response strategy, right? So let me explain. Round 1, 30 days. They must and they should respond within 30 days, right? If they don't respond in 30 days, then, so the first thing, every 15 days, no, not every 15 days, YNS. Let me explain. The law gives a consumer reporting agency 30 days to respond to a dispute letter from the date of receipt, right? 30 days. That's what the law gives them. The law gives them 30 days to respond. Okay. Now, with this 30 day that the law gives them, if they do not respond to you in 30 days, a few things can be assumed. 1, the information cannot be verified. 2, the information was not verified. And number 3, if the information cannot be verified as accurate, by law, the information must be deleted in accordance with 15 USC 1681 I-5 and 15 USC 1681 A1A. These are the 2 laws that goes in effect when a consumer reporting agency does not respond to you within 30 days. So your round 2 letter, the round 2 letter that you would send out now is, so round 1 is disputing the accuracy of the information, right? So if they don't respond, that triggers a different response. If they respond with verified, then now we are going to use a 15 USC 1681 I6B3 letter. So we're going to do a 15 USC 1681 I6B3 letter. That's the round 2 letter if they respond with verified. If they did not respond with verified and they didn't answer you at all, we're going to send out a 15 USC 1681 IA1A dispute, and we're going to make a 15 USC 1681 IA1A complaint to the consumer reporting agency. Is everybody following? Is everybody following? It's important that you guys are following. Like, is everybody following? Let me check. I hope I didn't lose y'all. Is everybody following? All right, good. So now we're at round 2. Remember, round 1 is the disputing of the inaccurate information. They get an additional 15 days if the same dispute. All right. So Shelly, let me address that. That's a good point you just brought up. Let me address that. If you dispute multiple times within a 30-day period, you sent in multiple disputes about the same account, the consumer reporting agency can treat that information. They can treat it as additional information. And what that simply means is they treat it as additional information subject to the dispute that is currently going on, and they can add an extra 2 weeks or an extra 15 days to be exact. They can add an additional 15 days to the dispute response. All right. Now, round 3. How do you get them to delete the information in 15 days after sending out a round 3 letter? How do you get a consumer reporting agency to delete the item in 15 days after you send a round 3 letter? How do you get them to delete it? Well, I shouldn't have. This is a trade secret. I shouldn't be telling you all this. I should leave this for my university students, because this is a trade secret right here. I don't know, man. I don't know. This one is a trade secret. I don't know if I should be telling y'all this part. I don't know, man. I don't know if I should tell you how to get the round 3 15-day deletion. I don't know if I should tell y'all. I don't know. That part is a trade secret. I only teach in the university. I don't think I should tell y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I should tell y'all that. Oh no, man. Y'all gotta be. Wait, who's coming to the challenge? Let me know right now. Who's coming to the challenge next week? Because y'all got me on here spilling all the tea. Who's coming to the challenge next week? Who's gonna be on the challenge? My identity has been stolen. Can I just get a police record to remove everything? That's one part of it. There's more to it than just getting the police record. There are steps you must follow. Go and read 15 USC 1681 C2. If you join me next week, I will also be going over identity theft, where I can give you the strategy. So, guys, for those of you that's going to be on the challenge next week, comment the word challenge. If you want the tickets to join the challenge next week, comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn, all you got to do is text the word challenge to 917 or click the link that I'm dropping right now. So I'm dropping a link. I'm dropping a link for those of you that are new. Here is the link for the challenge, guys. You can sign up and join me on the 5-day challenge. All right, so let's talk about the round 3 15-day deletion method. So for those of you guys, comment the word challenge. Join me on the 5-day challenge on Monday. Just comment the word challenge if you're on Instagram. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, I just dropped the link. You guys can go to the link and sign up there. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a strategy, right? So there's a strategy called the round 3 15-day deletion method. No one knows about it because I came up with it. I am the one that came up with the round 3 15-day deletion strategy, right? So the round 3 15-day deletion strategy, it is enforced by 15 USC 1681 I-7. 15 USC 1681 I-7. I built this strategy from 15 USC 1681 I-7. Now, how this strategy works is this. When you do a round 1, a dispute of inaccurate information, right? Then you do a round 2, requesting the procedure that was used for the deletion or the verification of the information. When you go to round 3 or round 2 15-day deletion method, When you exercise 15 USC 1681 I6B3, when a consumer reporting agency receives that dispute at the I6B3 dispute, they must respond within 15 days of the receipt of the I6B3. I7 enforces I6B3. All right? So 15 USC 1681 I6B3 is enforced by 15 USC 1681 I7. And that puts the consumer reporting agency locked in a 15-day reply. And if they don't reply to you within that 15 days, this is where now you go file the complaint for the deletion of the information, because one, they have violated 15 USC 1681 I, 15 USC 1681 I A1A, 15 USC 1681 I5, 15 USC 1681 I6B3, and 15 USC 1681 I7. Those are the laws that were violated, and you're going to use these now in a proper complaint to the CFPB and FTC, and that's how you prompt a 15-day round 2 or round 3 deletions from the Consumer Reporting Agency. Drop some fire in the chat for your boy, because I made that strategy from reading the FCRA. You will not hear anybody else on the internet with that strategy because they don't know it. If they know it, it's because I just told y'all. So I hope you guys were following. Do you have dispute letters for using DDPA laws? What is DDPA laws? I have no idea what DDPA laws are. I'm going to look it up. DDPA laws. I have no idea what that is. Let me see what that is. The Driver's Privacy Protection Act. I've never looked into the Driver's Privacy Protection Act. On what basis would we need the drivers? I've never looked into it, so I can't give you an answer right now because I've never read the DDPA. I have no idea what that is. So, ladies and gentlemen, I gave you a trade secret that very few people know. The only people that know that strategy are people in my mentorship. And there you go. I have given you a snippet of what you get in the mentorship. And for those of you on here that wants to join the mentorship, ladies and gentlemen, I know, right? I'm spitting that fire. So for those of you that wants to join the mentorship, right? If you're on Instagram, comment the word university. If you're on Instagram, comment the word university for those of you that wants to join the university. If you are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all you got to do is text the word university. So text the word university to 917-993-5238. So text the word university to 917-993-5238 to join my university, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Consumer loan secrets university. All right, so we're coming to the end of the live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining. For those of you that did not get your tickets for the challenge on Monday, starting Monday, 5-day challenge, make sure you get your tickets. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge. If you are on, let me see, boom, 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 comment the word challenge, ladies and gentlemen. If you're on Instagram, let's see, comment the word challenge in the chat. So for those of you that's on, can we just call the secondary bureaus first to remove information? All right, so first thing is there is no credit bureau. So yes, you can call the secondary consumer reporting agencies. Yes, you can. It is a strategy that I teach, and I will be going over that strategy on Monday. How do you call in to the consumer reporting agencies and have your personal information updated, inaccurate information deleted, and how you get late payments and other accounts deleted over the phone? We will be doing that on Monday, ladies and gentlemen. Monday, that will be day number 1 of the challenge. We will go over how do you get items deleted in 24 to 48 hours. That will be the topic for Monday on the 5-day challenge. So for those of you that wants to learn these strategies and get the items deleted from your credit, Monday I will be going over these things. How do you get negative accounts, inquiries, and late payments deleted in 24 to 48 hours? That's going to be the topic for Monday, day number 1 of my 5-day challenge. So for those of you that have not gotten your tickets yet, I want you to text me the word challenge. So take out your phone, take out whatever device you have, take your device out, send me a text message, send the text message saying the word challenge. Text the word challenge. Text me the word challenge. Text the word challenge to 917 993 5238. Text the word challenge to 917 993 5238. Text the word challenge, ladies and gentlemen, to 917 993 5238. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Comment the word challenge. If you're on Instagram, comment the word challenge in the chat, please. Thank you so much, Shelly. Daraine gives a lot of valuable information. I've had great success getting deletions from this guy when I first heard of consumer law. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I'm really glad that you're out there executing and you're helping and changing lives. So shout out to you for sure, Shelly. Shout out to you. All right, and that's it from your favorite island boy. I'm going to see y'all Monday, day 1 of the 5-day challenge. It is going to be bananas. It is going to be crazy. It is going to be phenomenal. All right, I will see you all on Monday. Don't forget to get your tickets. Comment the word challenge. Comment the word challenge or text the word challenge to 917 993 5238. So comment the word challenge in the chat. Just comment the word challenge. Or if you are on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, all you got to do is click the link I just sent. Click the link, sign up, and I will see y'all later. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, text the word challenge to 917 993 5238. That's 917-993-5238. Text the word challenge. See you later from your favorite island boy. Later.